Hi, this is Lisa Somerville for Divinity Designs. Today, Kelly Holland and I are so glad that you're joining us for the Volume virtual event for November 2020. I'd like to share with you the Christmas releases that we have so far for this year. We have 4 stamp die duos. Our stamp die duos contain both the stamps and the dies so that you can easily die cut the images from the stamp set. Anytime you see black and purple on a packaging, that indicates the set is a stamp die duo. The purple are always dies. We have Keep Christ in Christmas. This is a set of 7. All is Calm, a set of 7. Sparkling Snowflakes, a set of 6. And we do have some whimsical images using the gnome sets so that you can create cards for the children in your life. We have Gnome for the Holidays, a set of 9, and the Gnome Express, a set of 3. In between each set of products, I will share with you some samples that I have on hand that I created using these products. In addition to the projects that I'm sharing with you, Kelly will be joining us to share the projects that she's received from the design team. If you have any questions about the products used on the projects that you see in the videos today, you can use the live chat feature on our website to leave a message or send us an email. This first card uses the Keep Christ in Christmas Stamp Die Duo set. Here's another card where I created a shaker card and I only used one of the sentiments from this set.
Here's a sample for the All is Calm. This card, the shape of the card is the Z fold with layers. Christ is Born was used, along with the Shine Bright paper pad. Here's a beautiful Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas with layer. And the Bethlehem die in the background. I have some samples to share with you using our Sparkling Snowflake Stamp Die Duo. My first 2 cards use one of our dies called the Half Shutter with Layers. You get the card base and all the layers to create a card like this. Also uses the Merry Christmas. This card uses our World die and it's attached to a belly band. We have the belly band die on the website and that helps your thicker card stay closed. This card also uses Joy to the World, our Jesus Stamp Die Duo, and our Manger and Stars die. Now I have a slimline using our slimline card base and our scalloped slimline rectangles. Here's a beautiful bright pink, our slimline card base, slimline curved dies, and there's a snowflake.
Projects created using the Gnome for the Holidays Stamp Die Duo set. The next project features a card, a coordinating envelope, and a festive favor. My next gift set features a card, a coordinating envelope, a milk carton holder, and our test tube treats, a card and envelope, and a gift set using the Gnome Express Stamp Die Duo set. This is our surprise box wide. It does fold flat and fits into an A2 envelope. And this was created using the Candy Carrier die set.
Hi everybody, it's Kelly Holland here. I'm here to show you some card samples I've recently received from my design team using our brand new gnome sets. This one is the Gnome Express. It's just so adorable, and Kathy made this using the die floating frame front for the center, and she also made a little shaker inside of there. This beautiful card by Melody. It's just so cute. Melody used trees and deer, our slimline clouds, our slimline pierced frame, and the slimline card base. Lastly, I have this card for Melody. This is the Gnome for the Holidays. And so cute, she made a coordinating envelope using our A2 envelope die.
The stamp sets, Snowman and Friends, this is a set of 5. And Sending Merry Mail, this is a set of 8.
And here's a delightful card from Kathy, a little tag that uses our new Snowman and Friends stamp set.
We have 4 new word die sets that also contain layering dies. You can use them with the layers or without. Joy to the World, this is a set of 8 dies. Joy to the World Script, a set of 2 dies. Merry Christmas in Layers, a set of 4 dies. And Christ is Born, a set of 2 dies. Now let me share with you a few samples using these die sets. I have an ornament, and here I've used the Sparkling Snowflake Stamp Die Duo set that I showed you earlier in this video. The Joy to the World die set, along with the Snowflake Sky background die, a Center Step A2 card using Joy to the World script, and a Slimline card using the Merry Christmas in Layers die set. Next, I'm going to share with you how to create a card similar to this, using these products along with the Shine Bright Slimline paper pad collection. We have the A2 Landscape Card Base with Layer die set, Matting Rectangle, Snowflake Sky, and Joy to the World die set. I've gone ahead and die cut and embossed the pieces that I'm going to need for this card, and I pre-assembled some of the pieces. For my card base, I'm using the A2 Landscape Card Base with Layer die set. However, I'm not using the layer on this card. I'm using the Matting Rectangle. The Snowflake Sky die set is a set of 2 dies. You have the intricate snowflake panel and a layering panel. For my card, I wanted to add a pop of color between these 2 die cut panels. So I die cut a rectangle die using the Shine Bright paper pad collection. Using your favorite adhesive, adhere the snowflake decorative panel to the paper and then to the layer panel. Then you can set that aside. I'm going to attach this to the matting rectangle using expressive tape on the back for added dimension. And then I'll adhere to the A2 Landscape Card Base layer. Again, that matting rectangle adds a pop of color between the base card and the larger die cut panels. I've gone ahead and die cut the Joy to the World dies and assembled them. I'm going to attach them to the front of my card using expressive tape for added dimension. I embellished my card using some crystal rhinestones. The next die set is the Manger and Stars die set. This is a set of 2 dies and it coordinates with our Snow Globe die set. When you die cut the Nativity die, you'll notice there is not a cut line at the bottom of the die. The Star die cuts a background design. You can use these die cut panels together or use them with the Snow Globe die. You'll die cut and emboss these dies following the directions for your die cutting machine. Now I have some samples to share with you using the Manger and Stars die set along with additional Divinity Designs products. If you have any questions about the products used on the card shown today, you can use the live chat feature on our website to leave us a message or send us an email. This uses our surprise box die, and it does fold flat for mailing purposes. The Center Step card with layers die set, and I've also created a shaker card using this die set, and I'll show you just how easy it is to create this card. My card starts out with the A2 Portrait Card Base with Layer die set. This die will die cut and score your cardstock to create an A2 size card base that's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'm also using the matting rectangle die to add a pop of color between the base card and the layer die. I've gone ahead and stamped, die cut, and embossed all the pieces we're going to need to create this card. We have the A2 portrait card base and layer, the matting rectangle, the snow globe die cut pieces, the manger die cut, and 2 sheets of acetate. You'll also need shaker elements, score tape, and dimensional tape. When you die cut and emboss the snow globe die, you're going to end up with the snow globe and the inside of the snow globe. I did die cut my snow globe from silver cardstock and from white cardstock. From the white cardstock panel, I simply placed the stars over that die cut panel and then die cut following the directions for my die cutting machine. That will leave you with the background design in the inside of the snow globe. Place the snow globe die on top of the layer die cut panel and then die cut following the directions for your die cutting machine. That will leave an opening in the layer panel. Now we're going to work with the die cut panels. Center the layer panel over the matting rectangle. Place the snow globe die cut inside the panel. Add adhesive to the backside of the stars and adhere in place. Now remove the snow globe and the layering panel. Next, adhere the manger to the snow globe. Add a thin line of score tape to the back of the layering panel. Remove the backing from the tape and then adhere one of your acetate sheets. You'll turn that over. Apply adhesive to the snow globe and adhere in place. Turn that panel over. Now it's time to create the shaker part of your card. Adhere foam tape around the edge of the card and also the opening where your shaker is going to be. You'll want to make sure that the tape is butted up against each other so that none of your shaker elements fall out. You can then remove the backing from the tape and add your shaker elements to the center. Once your shaker elements are added, you can seal that with the remaining acetate piece. Adhere a thin line of score tape around the edges, and then you'll adhere over the matting rectangle that has the star die cut. Then adhere to your base card and add your stamped sentiment.
I have some beautiful card samples to show you that feature our manger and stars die set. This one also features our snow globe die. Just a little bit of a shaker in there. Now I have some slim lines. This also uses the joy of the world, pine cones, and pine branches. This one features the Bethlehem die, which gives you the Bethlehem city and the palm trees, along with Christ is Born die, and some various slimline dies.
You can find additional samples on the product page on our website. The birch background die. Our background dies are designed to fit onto A2 cards. When using our dies, you'll want to be sure to emboss them following the directions for your die cutting machine. Anytime you see 2 shades of purple on the packaging or the web images, this does indicate that you should emboss your dies to bring out the detail of the dies. And here's a few samples using the birch background die. This next card features the birch background die. I've gone ahead and die cut and embossed all the pieces I'm going to use for this card. It does start out with the A2 landscape card base with layer die set, along with a matting rectangle for a pop of color between the layer and the base card. Here's the A2 landscape card base with layer along with the matting rectangle, the birch background, some die cuts using the curvy slopes die set, trees that I'll be adhering to the card using score tape, and the stamped and embossed sentiment. This finished card will be similar to the card shown here. I wanted snow hills behind the birch trees and also in front of the birch trees. The larger curvy slope will go on the back panel. I'm just going to adhere this using score tape. When I attached the larger curvy border to the back, I only adhered a small thin line of score tape to the bottom. That way I can attach the additional snow hills behind the pierced frame. Then attach that panel to the base card using your favorite adhesive. Add your die cut trees and your stamped sentiment.
This beautiful card features our birch background and our Sending Merry Mail stamp set. Melody also made this coordinating A2 envelope using our A2 envelope die. And this beautiful card, Kathy stenciled the birch background die, and she also used the Winter Chickadee stamp set for the image and the verse.
Before I share with you the remaining products that we've released so far this year for Christmas 2020, I wanted to mention that on my A2 cards, I use our A2 landscape card base with layer die set or our A2 portrait card base with layer die set, as these make your card making a breeze. These dies will die cut and score your cardstock to create your A2 size card base. Also included in both of these die sets is a layering die. The layering die measures 4 by 5 1/4. That's this top panel that you see here. And in between my layering panel and my base card, I use our matting rectangle die. This adds a pop of color between the two layers. We have the A2 envelope die. Please note that this die is an extra large die. A large die cutting machine is needed to cut this die. You can die cut this die from cardstock, text paper, or pattern paper. You can also die cut the die a second time so that you can decorate the inside or the outside flap. Again, this die is designed for A2 cards. Here's the die cut A2 envelope. I've gone ahead and die cut a second time using the Serenity Snowflakes pattern paper so that I can embellish the inside and the outside of the envelope. When I die cut the pattern paper to use for the inside of the envelope, I simply die cut and then trimmed away any of the extra from the score line. I left this part longer because that's going to show from the inside of the envelope, like you see here. For the flap, I just die cut the top portion and then cut at the score line. That way you can decorate the flap of the envelope. I'm going to add the pattern paper to the inside of the envelope. Add adhesive to the die cut panel and then adhere to the inside of the envelope. Be sure to match up the edges. If you're going to decorate the outside flap, add adhesive to the back side and apply to the flap. Next, we're going to fold on all the score lines. Use a bone folder for a nice crisp score. Now you're ready to assemble the envelope. Apply adhesive to the bottom inside envelope flap. I'm using score tape to hold the envelope securely shut. Remove the backing from your tape, fold the sides in, and bring the bottom flap up. Now you have a nicely decorated envelope for your A2 cards. The next two die sets are designed to be used together. We have the Advent Calendar Treat Boxes. This is a set of 22 dies. And the Advent Calendar Treat Box Holder. Please note that the Advent Calendar Treat Box Holder is also an extra large die, and a large die cutting machine is needed to die cut this die. We do have a tutorial on our YouTube channel and the product pages on how to create using this die set. Here's a close-up look at one of the projects I created using these die sets. Additional samples can be found on our website. we have 3 new paper pad collections for Christmas 2020. All 3 of these paper pads are 6 by 9, so that you can use them along with our slimline dies. The first collection is Christmas Collection 2020. This paper pad features 24 designer papers, 4 sheets of each design, plus 8 solid color sheets, 4 sheets of each color. The next paper pad, Serenity Snowflakes. This 6 by 9 paper pad features 24 designer papers, 4 sheets of each design, plus 12 solid color sheets, 4 sheets of each color. And the last paper pad is the Shine Bright paper pad collection. This 6 by 9 paper pad features 24 designer papers, 4 sheets of each design, plus 8 solid color sheets, 4 sheets of each color. In addition to the products that I just showed you, we also released our Blessings Box subscription kit in October. Here are the products in the October 2020 Blessings Box subscription kit. We have the Shine Bright paper pad, Christmas Collection 2020, a package of 6 by 9 cardstock in gold, white, and silver, Candy Cane Wishes Stamp Die Duo, this is a set of 8s, the Christmas Bulb die set, a set of 7, the Poinsettia Pattern die set, a set of 5, the Slimline Poinsettia Background die, and a package of square envelopes.
I will start with samples using the poinsettia background. This one also uses a set called Merry Mosaics. And the manger is from the Christmas bulb set that comes with the Blessings Box. Here's one using the antique gold paper. This is another die we saw on the website called the Merry Christmas die. Some of our snowflake dies. That's with the Merry Christmas that comes in the box. Using some gems for the centers. And our slimline scalped rectangles. Here's a long one Kathy made. This one she added some different colored centers. One has a little shaker inside the O, and that's just using the Joy dies without using the die stamps inside, the Joy stamps inside of it. Just love this one. That's using the Merry Christmas caps from the website. The rest, the background, poinsettia background. This one uses the additional Peaceful Poinsettias, which is a larger size poinsettia die. And the Flourish die from the Flourishing Leaves. Isn't that gorgeous? This one uses the Slimline Curvy Slopes and the Trees and Deer. Next, these cards will feature the Christmas bulb die set that is in the box. Again, the poinsettia background. And these are our letters that we saw on the website. And to replace the O, Lisa added the nativity from the light bulb set. Here's a shaker card. Just cutting one circle out of another, making it a little shaker. Again, Lisa with the Merry Mosaics. So pretty. It's a little bit more rustic. Melanie made this pretty shaker with these little pretty gems using the Candy Cane Wishes set. Another shaker using just the Christmas word, Merry from the Candy Cane Wishes. This pretty shaker using the paper from the Serenity Snowflakes. A hanging ornament with a shaker. also using poinsettia pattern. And this card uses our stitch sunburst. And in the circle part, Lisa added the die. So cute, so pretty. All the different papers from the Shine Bright paper pad. Next, I will show you these beautiful card samples using the poinsettia pattern, which is the round poinsettia die. This one also uses a verse from the Candy Cane Wishes. This one uses the mosaic poinsettia dies, Merry Mosaics. This one, Kathy used a little circle, made it look like a little ornament. This one used our double stitch pennants. These are the circle cards that work inside the square envelopes we included. And the metallic papers. That metallic paper, when you emboss the dies, it really brings out the details. You could see all the embossed lines so well. This one's a little shaker I made. You just put acetate on the back. The die is so open that you could see right through to the shaker. And then this one uses the Merry Christmas on top. And finally, Lisa used the Merry Mosaics on this card as well. And finally, we have some samples using the Candy Cane Wishes. The candy cane spelling out joy, cut out with the coordinating die. And Kathy used the poinsettia pattern to cut in half to add a decorative accent to the card. This one just using the joy die without the stamp. Papers are from the Christmas Collection 2020. Lisa made a more masculine card for this one, using the joy dies. Love this paper from the Christmas Collection 2020. Melody colored it pink to match.
If you have any questions about the project shown today, you can use the live chat feature on our website to leave us a message or send us an email. For more inspiration using our products, like us on Facebook, follow us on Pinterest and Instagram, or visit our samples gallery.